Hi, this is DarkFox127 and welcome to a video on the new Skyrim Anniversary Edition update. This is for Skyrim's 10th anniversary. If you've been living under a rock, on 11/11/21, the new version of the game was released and made available for owners of Special Edition and anyone out there that wanted to buy Skyrim for the first time. So this video is aimed to basically give you a lowdown on what everything is, what changes have happened, and also point you in the right direction of various resources depending on what you want to do on the back of the update. So let's get into it. So what is the Anniversary Edition update? Well, straight off the bat, it is not an entirely new version of the game. It is in fact a sort of upgrade to the game. So you've got two elements of it. Element number one is if you already own Skyrim Special Edition, you will receive 4 free pieces of content, some of it from the Creation Club, some of it completely new. That includes the survival mode, fishing, rare curios, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, and saints and seducers. So you get that for free if you decide to update, or if your Steam is automatically updating. I'll get into a bit how you can sort of turn that off for various reasons. You'll get that as a free update if you own Skyrim Special Edition. Then if you like, you can purchase the Anniversary Edition upgrade for about £15 to £20, I think it is. It will be on screen now anyway, at least in my currency. I'm not sure what it is in dollars and whatnot. But you can purchase the upgrade, and that will provide you with all of the previously released, I believe, Creation Club content, which will then just sit on top of Skyrim Special Edition and go alongside the update. Now, the update doesn't just provide new DLC. It's obviously made a lot of other technical changes that we're going to get a little bit into, and I'm going to be linking you to some resources to read more on. But essentially, it's made some pretty significant changes to the base vanilla game in order to kind of introduce this new content and do some other changes. So in a nutshell, it is a big upgrade with new content, some of it free and some of it paid. Okay, so what changes have taken place and will it break your game? Well, the long and short of it is, yes, it's most likely going to break your game. I'll go into why in a moment. Essentially, the main changes are with the new content, whether you have the free update or also purchase the big anniversary update. You will find that you have some new ESMs, BSAs, and ESLs. ESLs are essentially sort of small, more efficient versions of ESP files that don't count towards your plugin list. You can find out more. I'll put all this stuff in the description, or as much of it as I can, for where you can read more about this stuff. So along with that, the existing ESMs for the game have also been changed. They've been edited, and the executables had an update, of course, as well. So all of this stuff, somebody's done a really good post on Reddit. I'll link that. I'll show it on screen now, where you can get a really good breakdown of all the changes that have been made. This is probably going to have a few knock-on effects with things as well. But the big major change that has taken place that is probably going to cause your game to break is the compiler has been updated for the game that does all the scripting. Now, what this means is any of you that are using SKSE or DLL plugins, it's not going to work. And you're going to need to wait for the SKSE team and individual mod authors to update their mods before they're going to be working again. Or you'll need to revert back and not go for the new update just yet. So again, SKSE team have had this a week early, which is great. It gave them some prep time in order to get on day one an updated version of SKSE, but it is not perfect and it does not come with the full functionality that you would usually have with the previous versions. And my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, anyone, but it's not going to fix DLLs automatically. DLLs are going to need to be recompiled. They're going to need to be redone. And some authors have already come out and said that they're not interested in going back and doing that. People have moved on with their lives. Gopher's put it really well. I will also link Gopher's video. Go and check Gopher's video out that was prior to the anniversary. He's got some good things to say and a good breakdown as well on this stuff. Essentially, if you're using SKSE and DLLs, you're going to need to hold off. You're going to want to revert back or back up if you haven't yet updated, because it's going to break things. So it's a big bummer. Really, if they'd just added the new content in, it would have been great. It probably wouldn't have upset anywhere near as much stuff. But as good as the anniversary is, and as good as some of the content may be, unfortunately, it's going to cause issues. Now, also, there is a Reddit post. There's a lot of Reddit posts. A lot of people jumping on Reddit with a lot of this information. A lot of people smarter than I have been investigating and testing using the new content, but with the old version. And because a lot of this is from the Creation Club content, in theory, it should actually work. But there's going to be some work involved with that, and people are going to need to make guides on that. But it's not something that I've dove into, and I'm not going to be buying the anniversary update myself for a while. But that's the changes. It is going to break things, but I strongly recommend that you check out some of the resources, some of the posts, all the stuff that I'm going to link you that I've been showing on screen. Go and check it out. It's all in the description. Give it a good read. And yeah, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how to avoid the update and how to revert back if you've already had the update because it's gone ahead and broken all of your mod list and whatnot. Okay, so you woke up on the morning of the 11/11/21 and your game decided to download the humongous update of Skyrim Special Edition Anniversary, 4 gigabytes, and now you've lost your executable that you had and everything's broken and it's not working. So what do you need to do? Well, first of all, let's make sure that it doesn't update again, and then we're going to look at reverting back using an amazing tool that somebody's come out with pretty darn quickly. So what you're going to need to do, first of all, is open up Steam, locate Skyrim Special Edition, right-click it, click Properties, and then go under Updates. And then you need to make sure you've got what I've got here, which is only update this game when I launch it. Now, that sounds silly because you'll think, well, it's going to update when I launch the game. Most of you will be launching the game through a mod manager like Vortex, Mod Organizer, and it will be using SKSE. I'll be very surprised if you're not using SKSE. Essentially, this is only going to happen if you launch the game using the standard Skyrim launcher. So as long as you're using SKSE, then you're not going to be launching it and triggering this update. So set it to only update this game when I launch it, and you should be good to go in terms of stopping it from updating again. Now, the other thing is, in order to revert back, if you've already had that update and now it's broken things, you can grab the unofficial Skyrim Special Edition downgrade patcher, which, as you can see, has already got almost 10,000 unique downloads. This will automatically patch your game, put it back to where it was, and recover all the files. People did release videos before the update saying back up your stuff, but unfortunately not everybody was sort of aware and awake to that. I already did that, but this is going to be your savior. This is going to revert you back, which is fantastic. So go ahead, download that tool, read the description of the mod page, make sure you know what you're doing with it, and use it. I won't be using it and I won't be demonstrating it because I've got the update and I'm actually going to be checking it out and having a little mess around with it. So, you've reverted back, or you've stopped your game from updating, and you haven't gone to Anniversary because you've got a humongous mod list that you would rather keep intact and you're using SKSE and DLL plugins, but you're sitting there thinking, well, I want the Anniversary update, I want the edition, or maybe you've even paid for the Anniversary edition update. Well, I'm sorry to break it to you, but you probably shouldn't have bought it just yet, quite frankly, if you are one of those that heavily mods your game, because it's not all going to work nicely together. So when do you update? What do you do? Well, you're going to need to keep your eyes peeled, especially on Reddit. The Skyrim Reddit community is amazing. It's still incredibly active, and usually that'll be where you can get most of your updates on things. The SKSE team, although they have updated it and they've got a version out for release, like I say, it's not got all that functionality and they are still working heavily on it. All credit to them, frankly, because this game is, of course, 10 years old now, and for people to still be putting that effort in to keep what is essentially the foundation of a lot of mods out there going, that is super commendable. When should you update? when it gets better, when mods are updated, you may find that if you do want to go full Anniversary Edition and update and whatnot, that you're either going to follow the community and see if you can get the content and use it with the old executable and version of the game, or you're going to have to wait and hope that mod authors for the mods that you have downloaded are going to update all of those mods and fix DLLs and whatnot. The SKSE team seems pretty darn sure that they're going to get everything sorted out their end. But it's all going to rely, as it usually does, with the community, different members of the community. Unfortunately, some people have definitely moved on at this point and aren't willing to go back and update. But if they release their source code and whatnot and allow others to pick the work up, as has happened in the past with a lot of big mods, somebody usually is able to pick it up. But it's no guarantee. And as has been pointed out by many people, don't harass Bethesda on this. Don't harass mod makers on this. At the end of the day, the modding community, it's a community who create things for free. We do this out of passion, but unfortunately, that's exactly what it is. It's free. You're not entitled to any of it. It's a bummer. So essentially, I would recommend that you stick with the old version for now. Don't upgrade. Don't grab Anniversary unless you don't have an over complex mod list and you don't use many SKSE mods and you don't use DLLs, then you're okay. But if you do and you've got that extensive mod list, I would just wait. Wait and see what happens. Keep an eye on things. The SKSE team are probably going to sort their end out. And then hopefully, if not the original mod authors, other mod authors are going to pick things up and hopefully get things sorted. It was amazing that we got to where we are today with Skyrim Special Edition from Legacy, or Legendary Edition as people call it. I like to call it Legacy. It's amazing that we managed to get to the state that we're in today with Special Edition, and that did take some time. So you've got to be patient and just be supportive. Anywhere that you can support mod authors, I'd recommend doing it, especially those that create such the solid foundations as the SKSE team and other teams like that. They're doing amazing work. It's absolutely incredible. But yeah, so just wait it out, keep an eye on things, and my recommendation is that you just you sort of stick with what you've got for now. We have an amazing game as it is, and it is a bit of a shame that Bethesda opted to make such major changes rather than just add that additional content on. But yeah. Okay, so to wrap it all up, essentially check out all those resources down below, the Reddit posts, the other videos, the tools. It's all there, everything you're going to need if you have updated and you want to go back. And yeah, as I say, just keep a good eye on Reddit and whatnot. In terms of what's next for me, I'm going to have a little dig around and whatnot, but personally, I'm not all that fussed. I'm one of those that's incredibly happy with what I've got at this stage. Although I may be looking to do some tutorial videos on some of the new systems, like the fishing system for your own player homes and whatnot. That might be really interesting. So I imagine at some point I'm going to have to buy the Anniversary Edition just to do some videos on it, because I have been rolling out some new videos of late and doing some tutorial content. If you guys would want me to sort of, I don't know, review bits of the new content, because some of it looks really interesting. Other bits I'm not so sure on. I'm not sure if that's something I'll have the time to do, but if people are interested in it, maybe I can pick that up and do it. But otherwise, that is just about it for this video. So hopefully it brought a lot of resources and information together in one place and sort of just got something out there. I didn't see many others, if any, doing videos that can really just kind of solidify what's going on and recommend what to do. So hopefully it was helpful. Please let me know in the comment section down below. Do hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. I am going to be having more videos coming out after this one, probably this coming Sunday or some point after. I already have recorded and ready to go a new video on FOMod installers, so get subscribed to check that out and hit the bell for the notifications and all that jazz. Otherwise, yeah, that is just about it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will speak to you all next time.